The electronic control system Paltronic 40 is a CE conform load moment limitation system that complies with the machine regulations. It is modular and controls the crane in all critical situations. Furthermore, stability systems or reduced load areas can be integrated into the Paltronic 40. When switching on the power takeoff, the Paltronic 40 is supplied with power and starts up. To be able to use the crane, the system must be set to active operating mode by pressing the on-off button. This only works when all emergency stop buttons on the crane are unlocked. If an emergency stop button is pressed, the display on the Paltronic shows ES. By pressing the on-off button during operation, the system is switched on and off again. A permanent load indicator shows the load on the crane if the value is over 60% of the allowed limit. When the 90% limit is reached, an acoustic warning signal sounds, which can be deactivated by pressing the OLP button. If the crane is equipped with the WOPT warning optical option, an orange light on the crane column is activated instead of the acoustic signal. If the crane is loaded even higher, an overload situation occurs at 100% capacity, which is indicated by a continuous acoustic signal or the red light on the crane column. The load indicators start flashing, and at the same time red diodes indicate the cause of the overload. These can be reaching the maximum load on the crane lifting cylinder, reaching the permitted rope force with winch operation, or reaching a reduced load limit due to reduced stability of the vehicle. In overload situation, all functions that increase load moment in the respective position are locked. The crane can only be moved to reduce the load moment, for example by retracting the extension in case of crane overload. The logic of the system also recognizes all additional equipment and releases only the permitted movements in each corresponding situation. If the load is reduced again by a corresponding movement, all crane functions are enabled. As with many load moment limitation systems, a pressure peak caused by lifting up the main boom causes an overload situation. This so-called false overload can be corrected by pressing the OLP button. The LED lights up continuously and released again by lowering the overloaded cylinder. This procedure cannot be repeated while the OLP diode is flashing. With a simulated overload situation, the functionality of the system can be checked. Is the crane an HPLS model, which means a crane with high power lifting system? This system automatically activates a reduced crane speed if necessary. This may be necessary due to certain crane positions or the crane load. In any case, the HPLS allows a 10% increase in lifting capacity during radio operation, compared to cranes without this option. If the crane is equipped with the system geometry monitoring, the maximum permitted steep arm positions are monitored by the Paltronic. If the monitoring responds, for example because the crane arm has reached an arm position of more than 50%, the crane speed is reduced. Furthermore, the permitted limit load is adapted to the arm position. Finally, each Paltronic system is equipped with a digital status display, which provides the PALFINGER service staff exact details about the current operating status. The following states can be shown on the Paltronic 40 display. A dot means that the system is in normal operation. SI appears when the next service has to be done within the next 100 working hours. In addition, the remaining hours until the next service are displayed. ES means that an emergency stop button on the crane is activated. ER means a fault is present at the crane. The code can be called up by pressing the on-off and OLP buttons simultaneously. IN means information. This can be, for example, the crane is in overload. If the crane is equipped with the HPSC load option, the inclination of the vehicle is also shown on this display during the support process. However, this is only displayed if the vehicle is tilted more than 5 degrees, and therefore load cannot be activated. In the case of a problem, it is very helpful to inform the service staff of this code by telephone.